Zeshan Manji, UNT LTEC 4121, technical presentation, spring 2015. Well, I'm Zeshan Manji and I'll be your trainer today on how to build e-cigarettes. I was once a cigarette smoker that I smoke at least one pack or two packs every 2 days or, within a day. I never thought I would really get addicted to cigarettes when I was younger, but as I got older and one cigarette led to another and, got hooked. I finally pulled away from tobacco and now I'm an e-cigarette enthusiast. I've been vaping for almost 2 years now, and I've seen this once minuscule industry grow into over a $2 billion industry. Obviously, I've used disposable, regulated, and mechanical mods. Mechanical is my favorite. It hits the hardest. It makes it feel like it's actual cigarette than anything else. Um, I've also done extensive research on e-cigarettes, so flick your last cigarette, bud, and come join me on this vapor adventure. Alright, well, we got a couple activities today. The agenda for this whole training seminar is going to go starting with the activity worksheets, and that will be with the three participants that you'll see next. They will also be getting handouts with notes, specific directions, just to have like a little outline for people to follow for, just to build. And then at the very end, we'll be having the evaluation form to let me know how I did and how I can improve. That's what we'll get started with next.
My name is Travis Litt, and I circled Marlboro as my favorite brand of cigarettes because I smoked Marlboro Light 100s back in the day. My favorite e-liquid brand is Jimmy the Juice Man, because he's got some chocolate coconut juice that I like. Yeah. And my favorite two e-liquid flavor profiles are fruity and dessert. And my e-cigarette preference is mechanical. This is what I vape.
What mod is that?
It's the Sir Lancelot with the plume veiled atomizer.
She's pretty.
Thanks, man.
So Travis, how long have you been on the e-cigarette bandwagon?
Hopped on about 6 months ago.
6 months?
Yeah.
And how many packs would you kill a week?
2 to 3, probably.
2 to 3 packs a week?
Yeah.
So has e-cigarettes, saved you money as well?
Yeah, I would say so.
All right.
My name is Ali, and my favorite cigarette brand, I put Cools Long because I like the real smooth menthol flavor. And my favorite e-liquid brand would be Space Jam because they have a flavor called Pluto that I really like. And my two favorite flavor profiles, I chose candy and beverage because with the candy I really like the Skittles because it's kind of like all the flavors put together. It's really nice, and Dr. Pepper. And my e-cigarette preference is mechanical.
All right, appreciate it.
My name is Salman. I had Camels for my favorite cigarette brand because I like the Camel menthols. They're nice and smooth. My favorite e-liquid brand is Cosmic Fog because they have a flavor called Shocker that's really good. It's like the candy. My two favorite flavor profiles were minty and beverage because I really like the Mountain Dew flavor. And my favorite e-cigarette preference is a regulated e-cig.
All
I
right.
like the variable voltage and variable wattage.
All right, thank you guys. So are any of y'all been long-time smokers besides from Travis?
No, just started
I've been
e-cigarettes.
smoking cigarettes for about 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So
but I don't anymore.
was it a struggle to get off?
What happened?
Was it a struggle to get off?
Yeah, it was. Well, not. It kind of just replaced it like automatically for me.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't too hard.
And it saved you money as well, just like
yeah,
Mr.
a lot,
Witt?
a lot, definitely.
All right, I appreciate your time.
Yes, sir.
Alright, well, now since you've met my audience, I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick run through of the hazards of smoking. cigarette smoke contains over 7,000 chemicals. 6 to 9 of those chemicals are known to cause cancer. Smoking is also directly responsible for about 90% of lung cancer deaths. Um, 8.6 million people in the U.S. have at least one serious illness caused by smoking. If you ask me, that's way too many people, being affected by just by tobacco or smoking cigarettes. Among current smokers, lung disease accounts for 73% of health-related conditions. Smokers also die significantly earlier than non-smokers. For men, about 13 years earlier, and for women, about 14 years earlier. 14 to 13 years is too many years to knock off a life, if you ask me. Quick run through of, I guess, what e-cigarettes are. They're electronic cigarettes, and they're battery-operated devices to deliver vapor instead of smoke. They usually do not leave a stench. They're supposed to resemble traditional tobacco cigarettes, but yeah, vaping and has like this. The industry has just evolved so much where now it's just dessert flavors, different type of tobacco flavors, beverage flavors, candy flavors. It's just evolving each time, really. There's also a mechanical mod, which is this. A regulated mod, which can go through from wattage or voltage, depending on what type of mod you have. And there's also the regular disposable ones, where you can buy at a gas station, use it up for supposedly 500 puffs, and after the 500 puffs, then that just tosses out and you buy another one. This is all information on e-cigarettes and tobacco. Next, we'll be diving into how to build one. Alright, we're back, and we're finally about to get started on how to build all this thing. First, you need to gather materials. You're going to need your mechanical mod, your Kanthal wire. After the Kanthal, you're going to need your battery, which is going to be 18650 VTC5, Sony VTC5. Reason for this battery is because they can handle a lot of stress. They're really dependable because it comes from a dependable brand. If you use another battery, and say if you're building extremely low, the battery may have too much stress on it and it could actually burst. So be careful on the types of batteries you buy, because that's a big one. Also, you're going to need your wire cutters right here, screwdriver, scissors for the cotton itself, and the tank, which is a Paradigm Magma, if you're wondering. Alright, well, first we're going to go ahead and get started on disassembling the mod, just to make sure there's not a battery inside there, or just to give it a little clean through. This is a Black Hawk by Panzer, I believe. It's also made in the Philippines. Alright, go ahead and start assembling the mod again. You want to locate your battery, and once you find your battery, you're going to want to see the button top on the top. This doesn't have to go on the bottom. So you're just going to slide your battery right on top. Check the inside, see that's your battery rattler. You want to have that pulled out. So you can screw that out a little bit. Make sure whenever you're assembling it again, the threads are matched on very nicely. And if you force it, then you're going to strip your threads, and once again, it's just going to tear up the mod, really. So I got this one on too tight. I'm going to have to, the little battery rattler right there, I'm going to have to unscrew it a little bit more. See if that did it. Alright, looks like that's screwed in. Alright, second part is going to be the tank. So this is a Paradigm Magma. So you're gonna unscrew the top part, and you're gonna see two posts. You're gonna use your Kanthal wire. You're gonna make two coils, which I'm gonna show you right after this, and unscrew the top parts, the screws right here, and then you're gonna insert the Kanthal. So let's go ahead and unscrew the screws just a little bit. You can even set them on top there, or you can take them off and put them to the sides just so you know it's safe for sure. And now we're gonna get started on our Kanthal, building our coils. Alright, so I would suggest for every single time you're building, you just kind of gauge about 1 foot of Kanthal. Go ahead and cut the Kanthal, which is, I'm using 24 gauge right now. So you cut that, kind of straighten out the Kanthal a little bit, kind of get that tension out. And you grab a screwdriver. And you put one side, just like that. You're gonna make a round motion, and you're gonna count how many wraps you're gonna do. I'm most likely gonna do 5 wraps, so that's my first one, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, that's our first coil. Let's straighten out that coil once again. And then cut the wire about halfway through. That's the first coil. I'm gonna go ahead and make the second one. Alright, that was the first coil. You can see about 4 wraps in the middle, half a wrap on the left side, half a wrap on the right side, which will equal 5 wraps in total. Alright, that was the first coil. Let's go ahead and get started on our second one. You got your other piece of Kanthal right here, screwdriver, wire wrapped on one side, starting the round motion again. Half a wrap, 1 wrap, 2 wraps, 3 wraps, 4 wraps, and the next half wrap again, which will be 5. Just so you can see, that's the Kanthal or the coil now. And now we're just going to compress the coil so it gets a little more neat. So who doesn't like things being neat? You see, it's using a pair of pliers, push it down a little bit. This is almost our finished product. And here you are. This is our second coil. 5 wraps once again. Alright, well now since you got the coils completed, you can go ahead and start putting the tank or the magma on top of the mod. It's going to just screw on the top. This is the top part. This is the bottom part of the magma. Just going to put it on directly on top. But also be careful again with the threads. So I got it on pretty smooth, moving pretty easy, and it's almost on. Alright, fully on. So now we got the Blackhawk, the mechanical mod, on top or below the Paradigm Magma tank. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and grab one of the coils, any one of the coils, and we're going to try to insert it into the post right here. One side of the Kanthal is going to go inside this post, the other side of the Kanthal is going to go inside this post. And what this is going to do is just you're going to put the cotton inside of the coils in order for the juice to be connected to the heating element, which is going to be the coil right here. And when the battery gets powered, or it's getting powered from the battery, which is inside the mod. Alright, so let's go ahead and try to put that in. Alright, trying to insert our first coil. Alright, one side is in. Attempting the second side. As you can see, just trying to go at an angle from the hole, just so we can get all the way through. And the second side is through, both sides. After both sides are through, we're just going to try to pull them in a little bit more. Get them as close as you can to the post without touching them. Alright, that looks good right about there. And then we're going to try getting our other set, or other coil, from the opposite side. So we got one coil already in. We got the second coil, trying to put it in from the opposite side now. Right, go ahead and insert it back onto your screwdriver. It's a little tip, just says it's easier if you have little shaky hands, like so. And just insert it right back in the opposite side. When you're trying to get it in from the opposite side, it's a little bit more tough because there's already a piece of wire inside there. So you kind of have to jiggle it around and be patient. Got one side in. Going for the second side. Alright, second side in as well. So, can I get them as close as possible? Since both of them are in, you can use your screwdriver and tighten these posts up. What these screws are doing are just clamping the canthal or the coil to the atomizer, so it makes a proper connection with the tank itself. That's the first screw. Here comes the second one. Gotta be a little gentle with it, not too much. Alright, second one. Go back, kind of retie this first one. Alright, that's both of them. Now what we're going to do is try to straighten them up a little bit. As you can see, this coil is a little more straight than this one. So we're going to have to try to stick the screwdriver in and just pull it up forwards. Looking better already. Alright, so now since both coils are in, we're now going to take our wire cutters and trim as close as to the post as possible. Get these stray wires out of here. You be careful while you're doing this. I want you to hold one side of the wire and with your hand, with one hand, and then the other hand using the wire cutters. All right, one wire off. Second wire off. So go for the third wire right here. Third wire off. And the final wire. Fourth wire, the longest one as well. Alright, this is going to be the last fourth wire. if it wants to come off. Alright, finally. Now when you're doing all this, the screws are going to become loose. So once you finish cutting all the wires, just go back to the post, screw the screws back in, and tidy up the coils once again. Alright. Looking good so far. Two coils with our screws inside there. We're just going to touch them up now, make them look pretty. Try to make them even as possible. You want a nice even coil on both sides, so one side isn't burning hotter than the other. Alright. Starting it up again. Now just add a little heat by pressing the button. The coils are going to get a little hot, and we want that to happen because once it gets hot or red, we can see if both of them are going to be even or not even. And if they're not even, we'll use the pliers to make them even. Alright, looking pretty good so far. Got the coils, 5 wraps, look cleaner as well. Give it a little fire. As you can see, it's getting red. That's what we like to see, especially when it's starting off in the middle. That's exactly how it should be. Alright. Now, since we got our coils made, we can finally go ahead and start on, I guess, the cotton portion. This cotton right here is all natural and organic Japanese cotton. Reason why it's Japanese is because I really have no idea. Japanese cotton is supposedly better. It's organic, unbleached, and it's also picked, and it's also in these nice rectangle or square, I guess, portions, and you can just go ahead and cut off a little sleeve and put it inside. So we're gonna go ahead and start cutting. I would say you need about like 2 centimeters of width, and just go ahead and go all the way up when you're cutting. You're gonna need all the length you can get. Alright. Here's our piece of cotton. Now we're gonna fold that cotton in half and cut it in half. See how it's even on both sides? Just cut it right down the middle. So you can have 2 separate pieces that also have the same amount of width. Now this portion is getting the cotton inside the coil. What I like to do is get one side and twist it up, once it's twisted, like that, you can stick it inside one of the sides. So, first side, oh, looks like I'm gonna need to twist it even more. Alright, see how I just went straight through? You want to pull it till it gets halfway through. And then that's one side completed. Now we're going to go to the other side, which is the other coil, and do the same exact thing there. Alright. Still need to twist it a little bit more. Do the same exact thing. See, I got one side in, just go ahead and pull it from my finger. Get it all the way back towards the middle again. So it's even on both sides. And you can see there's a little bit more cotton than what there really should be. Because once we cut this cotton off, we're going to stick it inside the wells. So, first one is cut that. And the second one, cut the other side. Once these sides are cut, see both cotton end coils inside. Use that screwdriver and go ahead and insert it inside the wells. Make sure it's even on both sides. You don't want one side of the con touching the bottom of the well and the other side not either. Alright. Almost inside there. Now you got your con inside your coils. Now, one of the final steps, one of the best steps actually, is applying your favorite juice onto the con. I'm going to go back to this view, just so you can see the top portion of it. Right now, I'm on Cutwood Sugar Bear, which kind of resembles a cinnamon Teddy Graham. This always sounds good to me. You're going to drip it directly onto the cotton, but not too much in the beginning. And then down the wells, so the cotton in the wells also get absorbed. Now drip on the other side, which is the other side of the cotton or the other coil. Make sure you get it real nice and saturated. What I like to do is give it a couple dry burns. Make sure it's working, and it is working so far. So you put your con back on, or you put your con in, you put your juice on. Only got a couple things to do left, really. And last steps are just putting the ring back on. Just controls the airflow, just for this tank. Put the tank back on. Always watch the threads. Alright, so now you got your fully assembled e-cigarette, battery inside, the Blackhawk mechanical mod, got your tank on top, you got your mouthpiece, got your two coils, you got your cotton, and you got your juice. Let's go ahead and give it a try. It looks like it's working. Alright guys, well I hope this video helped on how to assemble an e-cigarette. Stay tuned for possibly the next video, who knows really. And check out my the participants evaluations at the end of the video. Appreciate you guys coming out. Thank you. Alright, well, I appreciate you coming out to the training presentation. I would love for y'all to take these training evaluation forms for me. Pretty much they allow me to get my presentation better and receive feedback.
team again? New mod soon?
Might. Oh shit, nobody. Yep.
Alright, appreciate it. Alright guys, so here's your certificates for completing the training. Mr. Ali,
Thank
Mr. Travis, Mr. Salman. Alright, appreciate it guys.
It's been a pleasure.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
you for this learning experience.
Welcome.
I learned a lot.